Hey guys, good morning. It's the Crypto Cowboy. Welcome to another edition of Bitcoin Technical Analysis for YouTube here. We are on the 29th of February. And yeah, let's start by kind of looking at the Bitcoin chart and just follow up on our discussion last week and see how far this correction has come. So if you guys remember, if you want to go back and watch my previous video from the 23rd, we were still kind of contained inside this channel up here. And we were considering the possibility of having a complete wave one top up here to a fifth wave, and the possibility of actually coming over into a little bit of a correction here for a second wave. And there were a couple of alternate counts that could have said that, hey, could be another second wave up here, and for a break up higher, and this was sort of an alternate count where actually the correction it's about to start. And our first indication here was a break below that, I think, 9,700 level that we were looking at, and through this first wave A up here, and then we kind of had a little bit of a discussion about, okay, how can this unfold, and is it going to be a WXY, is it going to be just a simple ABC, it's going to be some kind of a different triangle, so there were several scenarios, and I was kind of going through it and see how we can develop. We can go back and kind of I explain this whole kind of procedure up here. So anyway, coming back here, we did get the correction, and we definitely broke below this 9,700 through this first wave down, either in a wave A or a wave one. We pulled back in this B wave up here. You had this trend line, and then we broke to the bottom of this channel, which means that the correction is pretty much going to extend a little bit lower here. Now the question remains, how far down are we still going to correct in this in this move? And it's kind of hard to tell right at this point, right? Because we're watching right now this fourth wave of a lesser degree up here at about 8,200, and if this correction is complete and this all we're getting in an ABC and we're ready to move back up higher, then we definitely have to start showing some kind of an impulsive move from here, and maybe do another low up here and then start building a case for a move up higher. So kind of back inside the channel to a wave one, and you kind of wanted to see this impulsive move in a 5-wave move, then get a clean correction here in 2, and then start to break up higher again through the top of this channel. Remember, it's the same discussion like we've had in the longer time frames when we broke above this channel. So we will look for something similar up here in a 5-wave impulsive move, followed by a 4 and a 5th and a correction, and then we start the progression up again. Okay, so this is only in case that this move up here it's going to be done or close to completion, and we are at about almost 50% of this entire rise up here. So if you take a fib tool and you measure, I think pretty soon up here with about a 50% retracement. Now for the second wave, you would want it to go maybe close to about 618. It's not definitely a rule, but if the correction is to extend a little bit, that's where we will look for it to kind of go towards. And the way that it would unfold is if this is a wave W through an ABC down, and then we have to get this X wave up to make just a connector wave, and then do another Y through an ABC, then then we will look for something like this. Okay, and we will find out as the market starts to turn from near these levels, possibly here early next week, if we're getting another low, and I'll show you on the other count. If this rise up here, instead of being a 5-wave move, it's going to be like a 3-wave move where we go in an A, B, some kind of a C down here, and we just kind of tag again this trend line, or we punch through it a little bit higher, but still in a 3-wave type, and then we drop back down. That will be an indication that we're actually we're actually going to come back into this through this Y wave and a deeper correction, maybe towards 7,500, before we start embarking back up higher. All right, so this is how I'm looking at. Anyway, as a near term kind of prediction or suggestion, is that we will be getting some kind of a bounce here in the near future. So Maybe we have one more load to go before we can start looking for either X wave or the first wave of the larger development to the top side. Okay, and that takes me to this blue count, where if this is indeed a wave 1 top up here, then we're looking at this as being a 1, 2, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to complete a third wave. So we still need a fourth up here. Okay, maybe in a triangle, and then a drop down in a third, in a fifth to complete this third blue. Then do another 4 up, okay, near this area up here at about 9,000 or 8,900. Then drop again in a 5 for this wave A, and then we go back up in B, and then we do a C down for this to complete the second wave towards 7,500, where you have the 618 retracement of this whole move up. All right, so this is kind of how I'm judging this. And if I'm wrong on the count, and instead of this being a wave 2, this is some kind of a flat up here, and I move the wave 2 down here, then, you know, and we're near completion of this third wave, and this is some kind of a triangle, so I place the wave 3 up here. You have an A, B, you know, kind of a running triangle where you go A, B, C, D, E, and you do a wave 4 down here, or maybe this is the third and you're doing a fourth up here, so you don't want to go much above this 9,000 zone. Then you can get another drop in a fifth wave, and then you know, and then a rise up. So kind of both counts are calling for one more move lower here, either as this fifth wave of blue, or you know, into the larger count where we go 1, 2, and then this is some kind of you know, different progression down. It's the subdivision, right? Let me just decompose this as an impulse. So you would be something like this, just to be clear. So it would be a 1, 2, and then you would have your 3, and then you would have your 4 up here, and then you would have your 5. That would kind of be part of this third blue, and then you do another 4 and another 5. So something of this magnitude. All right, so back again, blue count that's calling for this, and then you have this one that, you know, says that we might be near completion here, maybe another small low here, and then we can rise up in this X wave or in a wave 1 of a larger degree. All right, so this is what I have in Bitcoin. Let me take a look also at the candles here, and you know, on the daily charts they look pretty bearish, right? They're still controlled by the bears here, and I'm going to go on the weekly chart as well, because this week it's going to be over soon, so you can see how you know, full bearish week here, controlled by the bears, obviously, and we're coming back to retest this trend line. So we'll see if this is a wave 2, and you know, if we get a rise and then another move down. Also on the monthly chart, right? Remember from my previous videos, I was talking a lot about, you know, the importance of this bull candle on the month of January, and the importance of having a close of this candle that's a little bit up higher here, and you know, looks a little bit more bullish, kind of similar to the way this one looks. But unfortunately, you know, for the bulls, this it's not a bullish candle. So going into the month of March, it's a little problematic, and we'll have to see how this kind of resolves. But I'm not happy with the way this candle looks, because if this is a fake break up higher and we move lower here, then we're going to take back to a different count. I'll show you here, where we could possibly be in some kind of a triangle, and we're still playing around into this channel before we break up higher. And this takes me to my yellow, which I didn't place any counts, but I'll take it to my I think I have it in the orange count here, but you can see how we're looking at this as a possibility of, on the longer time frame, of this being a triangle, some kind of a fourth wave where you go in an A, B, C, D, E, and then you break up higher, which means that we could still kind of go down on the clock, you know, till March, I mean till you know, April, May, or something like this, that you could still extend over here, maybe even into June. All right, and that takes me to where do I have it here? It's something similar to this. Okay, so this fourth wave, it's either here, or if we're going a triangle, then we go back up here. And if you guys want to see a little bit more of my longer term counts, go on my YouTube channel, and I have, I think, a couple of weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I have a longer term perspective on Bitcoin, where there is also a little bit of a bearish count that might say that we could be in this X wave up here, and then we actually drop lower towards 1800 here, you know, but I was still gonna look for another move up higher here in X towards 15,000, so we can have a clear three-wave move up instead of just you know, kind of an impulsive rise up here from you know, December 2018, where we've had, just kind of mark this, right, this rise here that looks more impulsive than just an X wave. But if the market turns down from here and it starts doing something like this, then more than likely I will have to take this X wave and place it up here, and then consider this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for A, then another B, and then another C. Okay, but this is obviously not my preferred count. I want to stay with a longer term move up here and look towards more upside. All right, so that's what I have on Bitcoin, and let me take a look at Ethereum as well, just to kind of give you guys a perspective up here. So same kind of a story. We were looking at this as being a wave 1 up, and since the move down here, it's extending a little bit more than anything I previously had up here as you know, the other corrections. I think instead of this being a fourth wave, more than likely this is going to be a second wave, which means that we are we need to take a little bit more time, because we've only pulled about 38% down here, and for the second wave we need to see at least a 50 or a 618. So if you look at this whole rise up here, this small little correction is not enough to correct this, so I'm looking at this as being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for A. You know, same story like in Bitcoin, come back down, go back in a B wave, and then come back and do a C into this larger channel in the price of Ethereum, maybe target 180 or 170, you know, even as low as 160 probably, and then start to look at the higher progression up. And I have this up here as a, let me see what it's at. In a couple of the counts we were looking at this as still being a possibility of a fourth wave, but I think I'm getting issues with this because it's getting to be a little bit longer. But what do I have? Just a smaller... Oh, it's here, yeah. I was looking at this as being my triangle where we actually go. This is in a smaller time frame, but I'm looking at this as being a 1, 2, 3, some kind of a triangle in a fourth wave through an A, B, C, D, possibly E, and then a drop back lower here towards 190, 180 to complete this wave of wave A. And then you're looking at this as invalidation of this count. So if the market goes back above this 246, then this will definitely become invalid, and we have to look at some alternate counts. All right, so this is all I have for you for today. You know, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Come and visit us in our pro room, where we looked in detail through the charts kind of all day long. We post different counts, and I have videos every day, and we take trades and suggestions. And if you want to be part of a pretty strong trading team, come and visit us. You can see the links below. It's on Telegram, and there'll be a bot that'll take you to the page access. And if you need any more information, just contact me on Telegram, or leave any comments below this video, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Any other suggestion, anything else you want me to look at or cover in the videos, let me know. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next week. Thanks, and have a great trading week. Bye.